Up, ready to rock and roll is the game number 30. How is that even possible? 30 games in the weekend, and we're not close to done. Game number 30 here on track number 2, and we are ready to rock and roll.
And it is indeed Powerpuff Girls going up against Z. It is CenTex in the red, Lowcountry in the black.
5 seconds and they are gone, daddy, gone. Here we go. First lead jammer is going to go very, very quickly to Z. She's got control and a big lot of room to work with. Powerpuff Girls comes out of the pack, but almost a half lap behind. She's got a lot of room to make up, but I'll tell you what, if anybody can do it, Powerpuff Girls can fly, daddy, fly. She's going to have an opportunity as that big 4-wall in the front, black jerseys everywhere, slam the door shut. That jam's going to get called off. That's going to be a 0-2 affair. 2 points for CenTex, nothing doing on the other side.
And Z, the founder of CenTex Roller Girls, also the coach. So when you talk about strategy, she's going to be one that will know exactly what needs to be done.
And you're going to hear a lot of communication on the floor as well, I suspect.
It's Lizzie Misfit for the CenTex Roller Girls going up against 777 Aaron N. Carino, one of the top jammers for Lowcountry.
Yeah, we saw Aaron N. Carino yesterday in the game against Tragic City. There we go, against Tragic City, and just absolutely dominant at the jammer stripe. Did an incredible job, put a ton of points on the board, and she's got another opportunity to start off strong right here as Aaron N. Carino not only out first and out front, but she's the only jammer out at this point. Locked out, and I mean completely locked out with that gigantic 4-wall in the middle of the pack. Aaron N. Carino's got her 5 spot, and finally now, just this moment, Lizzie Misfit comes out. But man, oh man, 35 seconds into the jam before she's even able to find daylight. Aaron N. Carino calls the jam with another 4 points on the board, so make it 9 out of 9 to open.
Catalyst, Aphrodite Superstar, Magically Malicious, and Do Tasmania, the black wall for the high rollers of the Lowcountry.
I'm telling you, man, if I had a battering ram and a 9mm in my pocket, I don't think I want to go anywhere near those 4 on the track.
Fort Knox jamming for Lowcountry, and in for CenTex 411, that's Chloe.
Big black wall in the back, red up front. We got whistles coming, but a first, now there you go. Lead jammer status going back again. It's Lowcountry Highrollers in control, and a nice job there. Detroit Funk. Oh, she never saw that one coming. Chloe got just blasted by Fort Knox on the way out. Took a nice big shot to that left shoulder area. Just a little love tap, if you will. Fort Knox out and about, scoring run for 5 big points. And a penalty coming now. It's a track cut penalty. That's going to go against CenTex. That's going to go against their jammer. That's going to go against Chloe. And a power jam begins.
And a great opportunity for Fort Knox with 3 CenTex players in the box. Only 2 lone blockers out there having to do all the business, but doing quite well there. Vicious Cycle with a great hit to start things off. Fort Knox going 1-on-2. The pack is trying to bridge, but she gets on by as the last line of defense. 42, Mad D.
I'll tell you what, she'll take the 5 points, but that was probably the hardest 5 points she'd scored all tournament long. That was a big blast in the back. Well, right over here, just before turn number 3, Vicious Cycle just put a big hit on.
15 points on the jam for Fort Knox to give the Lowcountry a 24-2 lead.
Lowcountry likes to jump out quick, likes to jump out early. If they can get that lead in the first place, they are not going to be very happy relinquishing it. So they're going to go ahead and push the tempo all the way through, I can assure you. We're going to get ourselves a little power start opportunity here. That's going to go for Nikki Drewblood very, very quickly. She's out and about. I mean, again, a 2-on-3 opportunity for them. She finds daylight quickly and really quick comes back to the pack to make herself available for some points.
Annie Oops with a great block to send her flying to the inside, but Nikki Drewblood able to get around and score her first 5 on the Grand Slam.
Out and about now, both jammers looking for the points opportunities as we finally get to a point now with Chloe out and about. But the 4 points is all you're going to get. Call it 4, call it off. That's that. And a 4-0 run to shut it out.
And yesterday we mentioned Nikki Drewblood, the utility jammer for the Lowcountry High Rollers. She's able to get out there just when they need that extra spark of energy.
But we're right back where we started at this point. For all intents and purposes, Z and Powerpuff Girls back at the jammer stripe. Side by side, hip to hip, cheek to cheek, ready to rock and roll. 5 seconds, and we'll see what happens. Right now, a 33-2 run. 25 minutes to play and some change. Off to the races we go. Hop, skip, and a jump, looking for the inside line, and she's got it. It's Powerpuff Girls. Lead jammer and a bunch. Oh, one to beat, and she's not going to get there. Lex McCusker does a nice job of bringing her back out of play. Both players coming out. They'll have to cycle back into the back of the pack, but in the meantime, guess what and guess who? Very, very quickly, Powerpuff Girls has come back to the line. She's faced by a huge 3, then 2, now 1, now none. Inside move and then hit it quick.
And Powerpuff Girls scoring a quick 4 on that to extend the Lowcountry lead to 37-2.
24.5 to play, 37-2 lead, and I'm telling you, another opportunity right here. Number 99, Lizzie Misfit, going up against Erin Encarino. We'll see how this one plays out, but again, it's going to be a 3-on-3 opportunity. Plays into the hands of Lowcountry, again with the lead, playing from behind. CenTex finds their way to the front of the line, but oh my goodness, look at that. Up on the toe stops, quickety-quick, inside line. Man, I'll tell you what, vision. It's the one word that just keeps coming up, vision. Pops through a hole, finds it, sees it, and exploits it.
And it's that sprinter start that allows Erin Encarino to get those quick lines so quickly. And those toe stops, she must be replacing them an awful lot because they have the traction of some track spikes out there today.
Well, I'll tell you, you know what? We don't have to tell our viewing audience at home on WFTDA.tv to watch the jammers. They're already doing that. But watch this jammer. I'm telling you, watch the body movement, watch the body control. It's the up and down, it's the side to side, it's the left to right, lateral motion, but watch the body and watch the head. It's just a thing of beauty when she gets going.
Erin Carino knocked to the inside by 24 mental case, so a recycle for Carino, taking it back. A cutting the track penalty called up against 202 JoJo Jit. Having to take a seat, Carino will call it off. Let's see how many points are added to an already big jam. It's 15 points for Lowcountry, 52-2 the score here early as we take a timeout for chicksinbowls.com. Our entire motivation is to encourage and inspire women and men to get into skate parks and get on their roller skates. Their founder, Lady Trample, is right here at Beach Brawl. You can visit her on the vendor concourse or visit them online at chicksinbowls.com.
Fort Knox on the opportunity right now. It's a power start for her. No back call. They got to let her go. They reform very quickly, and away she goes. Fort Knox with the lead jammer status. More whistles coming. It's going to be a multiplayer block coming now. That's going to go against April. She'll take a seat for HOT All-Stars. Another big opportunity. And listen, we're going to have to keep track of this. We're going to have to pay attention to it, but the penalties are going to be a big, big issue in this game if CenTex doesn't get themselves under control. Too many penalties too early, and they're leading to points. That's going to be the story of the game if it continues like this.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't even think I've seen a Lowcountry player in the penalty box so far. Maybe just one.
Yeah, one, maybe two. There was a 3-on-2 opportunity earlier about 3 jams ago, so there was one opportunity there. I'm not sure about a second, but certainly the one. Either way, we have seen the power jam opportunities going Lowcountry's way. And listen, you do not give a team like Lowcountry that kind of opportunity. You just can't. You got to cut down on the penalties, and I guarantee you that's going to be the very, very first thing they're talking about on the sideline right now. It just has to be.
Nikki Drew Blood for the Highrollers. For the HOT All-Stars, it's Chloe. Nikki Drew Blood having to recycle way back past mental case. Up at the front, great blocking going on and potential recycling going on. No, a cutting of the track called. And again, it will be a Lowcountry power jam with Nikki Drew Blood establishing the honors.
Well, and they're going to have an opportunity here, a nice long run. Again, I mean, it had to come all the way around from the opposite side of the track to go into the box, what did Chloe. So with an opportunity here, Nikki Drew Blood's going to go ahead and have a little extended play, but she's going to be forced inside line. She'll have to come back and recycle, but there's another penalty coming, and guess what? It's another red jersey heading to the box. So now, big, big opportunity, a 5-point play, and look at this. Look at this, not one but 2 red jerseys now cycling. That's going to go against Mental Case and on April, who had just come back out of the box. So again, we'll have to keep track. But listen, penalties kill, man. They always do. They always have. They always will.
And timeout is called by CenTex. It gives you the opportunity to hear about 5-second skate gear at 5secondskategear.com. Custom helmets, logos, and other artistic designs geared for roller derby. They can make something fun and personalized for you, whether you want a custom helmet, a scrimmage stencil, a badass tank, or even an amazing work of art for your derby cave. You can check it out here at Vendor Village at 5-Second Skate Gear. It's the last day. 5-Second Skate Gear or at 5secondskategear.com.
I want to know how 5-Second Skate Gear knows that I have an amazing derby cave. Have they been in my home?
They're actually raffling off a beautiful painting that was done during Beach Brawl.
I saw that. Very, very cool. And it would go very well in my derby cave. The challenge, though, is I want to know how those guys know that I have one.
Well, let's talk a little bit of strategy here. Nikki Drew Blood calling off the last jam a little bit early, you might think, but it's leaving the Powerpuff Girls at 2-1 with not only a power jam, but only 2 blockers out there for quite a while.
Yeah, listen, a 4-on-2 advantage is going to really, really lend itself to what she does best, and that is escape. She's got it, and she's out very, very quickly. Now, the question is, how quickly can she get through that pack one more time before those blockers start to reappear? So right now, very easy work of that second pass. She's got the 5 high, and a little thumb jiggle tells you got all 5 of them.
Chloe is re-engaged for the HOT All-Stars, trying to get past 194. That would be 1964 Ringo Stardust.
And a big flip of the penalty box right now is everybody's out for CenTex. One goes in for the Lowcountry Highrollers. So LCHR looking for an opportunity here, but they're going to do it on a 3-on-4 now. But again, if you're going to do it, Powerpuff Girls, look at that movement. Man, oh man, picks up the skates, puts them up, puts them down, inside move, and she finds the line for another 5 spot.
And not only was that impressive, but the fact that she'd stopped literally on a dime before making that move just shows the versatility of Powerpuff Girls.
Big, big cut. We got a elbowing call and a forearm call coming out. I'm not sure who got which. It doesn't make a difference. They're both Lowcountry Highrollers. One's going to go against Ringo, the other against Magically Malicious. Both will sit. So a little change in the game. And all of a sudden another penalty is going to come off. That's at the very end going to go against CenTex. That's going to go against number 2, Jack and Jill. She'll sit, I believe. We'll take a quick look. Finds a little contact at the very back end of that one.
Meanwhile, while we're talking all about that, Powerpuff Girls, 19 points to make it 80-2.
Deceptive. It's just so quick. They just pour out the points. We'll see what they can do right now. It's Erin Incarino at the jammer stripe. She's joined this time around by number 6. There she is, Annie Oops. Holy cow. That's what happens when you're dyslexic and can't read. Got a multiplayer block. Aphrodite Superstar is going to go ahead and pay the penalty for that one. But now we got ourselves a foot race, and the pack speed begins to pick up. We'll see if they go all out. Both jammers out. And that one's going to get called off quickly. No bother.
And once again, the strategy coming into play once again, because the Lowcountry Highrollers working with less players than optimal. Call off the jam. Give yourself a time to reset. Make the blockers of CenTex do a little bit of extra work to make sure that they have to engage with Fort Knox, the new jammer, and it takes more time off the penalties.
Taking a look at the rosters real quick as very, very quickly Fort Knox gets off the blocks with Lizzie Misfit. Side by side with her, and Lizzie Misfit grabs lead jammer status. Fort Knox doesn't lose too many of them, and she's not too happy about it. She's going to give chase, but she's going to have a lot of room to make up right now as Lizzie Misfit already back in the engagement zone, and absolutely nothing to stop her until Ringo says, no, sir. Locks her down tight, forces her out of play. She's going to get the penalty on the forearm. Doesn't love it, but I'll tell you what, good penalty to take if that's the one you're going to take.
And I got to tell you, that was like playing the drums right there. The bass drum just knocking right on out by Ringo Stardust for Lowcountry. Well, that's got to make Coach Kaiser's sofa very happy.
Yeah, listen, if not for that block, that was a quick spot. I mean, she was going up and she was going around real quick. Completely unobstructed on that one.
And we've got an official timeout, which gives us the opportunity to tell you about passion parties, bringing your passion to life. Our purpose, our passion at Passion by TLC. yourpassionconsultant.com. Ready to go once again with 864 Nikki Drew Blood up against 42. That's Mad D for CenTex dressed in the red, while Lowcountry dressed in the black.
And we're going to do it from a micro start. I mean, a micro pack opportunity here. 2-on-2 for the line. And a whole lot of shoving. Holy cow. Have you ever seen a micro pack that physical before? You would expect someone to blast out of there coming through in a vengeance, but I mean, it was just mayhem in the middle of that pack, looking for a hole, looking for an opening. Nikki Drew Blood drew first blood. She's out, got her lead jammer status, but she's going to take a licking. Turn number 2 on the inside line, getting forced out. Another penalty coming. Multiplayer block penalty going against Aphrodite Superstar. She'll sit. And a jammer penalty, a track cut. Kilt Trip says go to the box.
And it's Annie Oops, the one causing that penalty, as she had a big hit on Nikki Drew Blood. So now basically we got a little pinballing going on. It's Magically Malicious taking down the jammer Mad D for CenTex. Magically Malicious just spreading that body all the way across, allowing Do Tasmania to get in a shot now. Pack about to get out of whack, and that's the only thing that keeps Mad D from keeping on going.
Yeah, 3, then 2, then 1. Do Tasmania, the last line of defense in the very, very front of that pack. They had it bridged out nicely. Couple taps, couple hits, nothing she could do about it eventually, and bye. Once again, she comes back in. Mad D finds that 3 wall up front and takes over. A nice hop, skip, and a jump. Nikki Drew Blood back in from the sin bin, grabbing 4 points and taking out.
And so many times when you have so many players coming back from the penalty box, there's a lot of distractions in the pack. And Nikki Drew Blood took advantage of those perfectly to grab the points, and now she's going to get even more as the Highrollers up to 9 points on this jam.
Yeah, another thumb wiggle from Kilt Trip says 5 points on the board, so she'll count them up and then very, very quickly finds her way. Look at that. Are you kidding me? How did she step to the left that quickly? Took a hit, used the hit to force her own body the other direction. That's absorption, brother. You got to love that.
And moves that we would only see at an after party usually, and that after party will be at Sin Nightclub tonight, the official after hours party spot for Beach Brawl. It's at 111 Southwest 2nd Avenue. Shuttle buses will be taking off and coming back all night from the Renaissance Hotel.
That's why we call them Cecil B. Segway. Beautiful job, man. That was impressive. I didn't even know where you were going. Never saw it coming. Hey, by the way, never saw it coming. There's roller derby action on the track right now. Lead jammer status coming back. The Lowcountry Highrollers. Powerpuff Girls in control. Chloe locked in battle at the front of the pack. It's a 2-wall up front as the bridge continues. Bang, bang, bang. We're going to get a whistle now. A high block penalty going to be called. That's going to go against number 105. That's Lex McCusker. She'll take a seat. But again, the damage would have already been done. Long pause before Chloe was able to get out of the pack. We'll get that one called off from the inside middle of turn 3 and 4. But 4 points go back up on the board. Lowcountry Highrollers extend out. 4-0 that time, and now 98-16. We got ourselves a timeout.
Beach Brawl 2015 brought to you in part by Origami Al, a great looking gemstone jewelry. A percentage of every purchase supports local roller derby. Visit Holly Dressen at hollydressen.origamial.com. And of course, it's always the best. Bont Skates at bont.com. Lighter, stronger, faster. Check out the all-new Quad Star Skate. Carbon fiber boots. They're the lightest on the market from bont.com. And if you want to see some great airbrushing here in the vendor village here on site at Beach Brawl 2015, check out Fester Custom Airbrushing. Custom paint and airbrushing on just about anything or anywhere. And if you really need to work out those kinks, go by and see Kelly here in the vendor village. Body work by Kelly. massage therapy and kinesiotaping, as now it is 99. Lizzie Misfit. She had a 15-point jam against Nidaros, one of the more successful jams against the team from Norway, going up against 777, one of the newest players on the Highrollers of the Lowcountry. That's Aaron Encarino.
And let me tell you, Aaron Encarino got locked into battle with a big 3-wall and a 4-wall in the back. Z's going to take the penalty in the back end of that one. But in the meantime and in between time, Lizzie Misfit went her ways, and Aaron Encarino is going to go hers. Lead jammer status back over to CenTex with an opportunity here. Up and down she goes. Holds off, but comes on strong. 4 points on the board for each jammer now, and no choice whatsoever. Good call off there at the end of the play.
Yeah, Lizzie Misfit came down a little bit hard off that apex jump. I think it kind of startled her a little bit, but great competition, being able to call off that jam, and both teams getting 4 points on that one.
Well, I think that not quite sticking that apex at the back end is kind of what caused the delay. She just wasn't quite exactly sure if she was legal or not to be getting back up and running out. So took a little half delay, then ran it out. So right now we're going to be joined at the jammer stripe. Fort Knox for the Lowcountry Highrollers. On the other side of the equation, it's Annie Oops for the HOT All-Stars. Both jammers are out looking for a spot, and a nice big hit there coming by Vicious Cycle to take Fort Knox out of this one, put her all the way back in the back of the pack. And in the meanwhile, Annie Oops doing what Annie Oops came to do, comes up against a great big body, and Aphrodite Superstar who says, "You're not going anywhere. Stay right here with me." And that jam's going to get called off right there, but not before. I'll take it back. No points on the board. Thought there might have been one snuck in. There they are, two indeed. CenTex going to grab 2 additional right there to cut in to a Lowcountry Highrollers 80-point lead.
To the jam line now, Nikki Drew Blood. We called her the utility jammer yesterday, but she's out there in the regular rotation today, no doubt about that, going up against a lady from Wales in 411 Chloe.
And there she goes. I'll tell you what, I think we could take the utility jammer tag right on off of her. I think you can just go ahead and just throw her into the rotation. She has been absolutely dominant every time she gets up to the stripe. I'm not going to tell you she's 100%. She's not, but she's as close as anybody I've seen in this tournament, rocking it all the way through. We got a multiplayer block penalty being called right now. That's going to go against number 2, Betsy Poop. She'll take a seat to kind of give an opportunity now, a 4-on-2 pack advantage for CenTex Roller Girls.
Z just laid the lumber on Nikki Drew Blood, and it was amazing to see her get back up. I mean, Z put a hit on worthy of a lineman in the NFL.
Now she's still up and she's still rolling. A 1 to beat at the top of the pack, and Chloe able to shrug off that last line of defense. In the meanwhile, Nikki Drew Blood is going to take an awkward fall there to call that one off, but that's going to be another 3 points on the board, I believe. Maybe, yes, sir, 3 it is. So a 109.26 after a 7-4 jam. We're almost at that 10-minute mark.
And isn't it appropriate that the big hits on Nikki Drew Blood by Vicious Cycle number 360? Oh, by the way, she owns an insurance company, so she can take a report right after.
There you go. You're in good hands. Your hips, not so much.
99. That's Lizzie Misfit going up against Powerpuff Girls. 2-1, and a big hit courtesy of Mental Case makes Powerpuff Girls have to go back and recycle, and Powerpuff is having to re-engage the blockers, and Lizzie Misfit will take all that opportunity as she is your lead jammer.
Yeah, she's got a lot of head start opportunity here. We'll see what she can do with it. There's a big, big wall coming. Oh, Aphrodite Superstar went down. A forearm penalty. Man, oh, man. I'll tell you what, when you see Aphrodite Superstar go down and a couple of the other blockers in there all shifted to the outside line, you thought, man, oh, man, she's got a free reign. But nope, nope, nope. That's a forearm penalty. She'll take a seat, and a power jam opportunity begins.
And a bunch of sisterly love between Aphrodite Superstar and her sister. That would be Powerpuff Girls. They call them the Smash Sisters. And Powerpuff Girls smashes her way to another 5 in the sky.
And, of course, that pack is going to come to a dead stop right here, dead center in front of us. Great position for us. And a one-on-one battle at the back of the pack. Nice job there. Powerpuff Girls and Z. And Z's going to come all the way back to the front saying, hey, give me another opportunity. I want to hit her again. Rage Appropriate says, no, ma'am, you're going to go into the box. And now a back block penalty is going to come, and that's going to go against Lizzie Misfit. She's going to take a seat. That's a jammer penalty and an opportunity now for Powerpuff Girls, who says, wait, did you say power jam? Let me go to the outside line and explode. 5 points on the board, and she wants more. She says, man, the power jam hadn't even started yet. Give me a second. Let's go.
20 seconds left in the jam for Powerpuff Girls, as she's met with a few blockers in red, but the blockers in black, including Aphrodite Superstar, come up to help her break through for 5 more as we're down to the final seconds of jam number 17 in the first half.
Comes up against that big wall in the back. A multiplayer block is going to be called just as the whistle's blew. Let's take a look and see who's going to get called for that one. My suspicion is that's going to go against number 95, April, for the HOT All-Stars. We'll take a look and make sure, but that's where it's going to go.
22 points on the jam by Powerpuff Girls. 131 to 29, and credit CenTex picking up 3.
Can I ask you a serious question?
Please.
How did Powerpuff Girls get 22 points on that?
Very quietly, actually, because there was so much going on within the pack.
Out of nowhere, Erin Carino has done what she came to do, bolted out to a big lead, grabbed herself lead jammer status, grabbed herself some points, and said, let me go get some more. That's 4 already, and a big collision right in the second straightaway, and now we're going to have another penalty coming. It's going to go into Lizzie Misfit. That's going to be another opportunity on the power jam. 4 high, and now Erin and Carino, a 4-on-2 power jam opportunity on this pass.
And it's so interesting to watch the Lowcountry high roller blockers almost surround the CenTex blockers, leaving them helpless as Erin and Carino just comes on around for another 5.
Well, I'm telling you, she doesn't need a big gap. All she needs is a hole. If she can find a little crease in the seam, she's going to go through it just like that. She found it, she exploited it, called it off, and saved the power jam for the next jammer. Nicely done.
And let me ask you the serious question. How did she get 17 on that for a 148-29 lead?
I'm not even sure how she got through the first one, to be honest with you.
Hey, it could be courtesy of Roller Bones, wheels, accessories. Try before you buy right here at Beach Brawl 2015. Ask about the turbo wheels from Roller Bones.
The Fort Knox is going to have the power start opportunity now. It's a 4-on-4 start for them. All those black jerseys stop in the back. 4, now 3, now 2 to beat. Nice job of recycling. Bring another body into the front. A multiplayer block penalty coming against Dude Tasmania. She'll sit, and now, back block penalty coming. That back block penalty is going to send Lizzie Misfit right back to whence she came. That's the sin bin, and she's going to sit. Another power jam opportunity now. Fort Knox running it. It's a 2-wall in the front of the pack being bridged out by number 24 Mental Case. 2 then 1 and gone. Last line of defense there. Guilty with an opportunity. Could not rein her in. 5 high and more coming.
3 blockers for each team remaining in the pack. Fort Knox goes through her 3, and now here comes some offensive blocking on their way, but they'll just stop right there, keeping the pack intact and allowing for more points for Fort Knox.
Well, and I love the way Lowcountry waits for the no-pack call, and then all of a sudden everybody up on their toe stops and running to get up there again. It creates some help if they need it. No help needed. She went through and did it all by herself, but again, gotta love that communication.
Jamming for the first time tonight for the Lowcountry High Rollers. At number 44, Blazin' Asian. She's a member of the U.S. Air Force. Double tough from the Lowcountry, going up against Annie Oops, who's, well, maybe not an Air Force person, but a mom of 2, grandmother of 3. She's got a lot of work to do herself.
Yeah, I'm not sure who I put my money on this one. We'll have to wait and see. Gotta love the military, but a mother of 2 and a grandmother as well. Man, I'll tell you what. Off to the races goes one. Blazin' Asian, she's got herself lead jammer status. She's not going to get any help from Nikki Drewblood, who's going to take a seat. She's also going to be down 1, Lex McCusker, who has also now been called for another penalty, and a big hit there coming into turn number 3 on Blazin' Asian. She's just getting blasted around like a pinball.
The pivot JoJo Jid is the one doing most of the blasting, and that leaves an opening for Annie Oops to get on out. Blazing Asian shortly behind there. 4-wall setup for CenTex, only 2 for Lowcountry.
Yeah, Vicious Cycle had an opportunity there. Took a couple of good shots on her as her body was turned. I mean, all legal hits, but just found that exact right spot. Couldn't get her down to the ground, and she was able to escape it, but still good work all the way around.
And just as we were talking about the micro pack, both teams now at full strength as the lead jammer still belongs to CenTex. She's just going to calm herself down a little bit as we've gone the full 2 minutes. I'm going to calm myself down a little bit here, too.
Nikki Drew Blood took the penalty at the back end of that play. She was none too happy about it. She had the big arms spread wide, said, "Who, me? What did I do?"
And Coach Kaiser Sofa taking the opportunity to talk a little bit to the men and women in the zebra stripes. He's going to get off the track really quickly because we're ready to start the next jam, as it will be Powerpuff Girls going up against 411. That's Chloe.
Powerpuff Girls quickly escapes the pack. She's gone, daddy gone, and looking for a whole lot more. She's going to have an opportunity and push out a play on Chloe. Got a forearm call coming, and that's going to go. Oh, another back block now. So the forearm against Lowcountry and a back block now on Chloe. So she's going to sit, but she's got a long way to go to get to the penalty box. So another long Powerpuff Girls opportunity. And look at that. She just threw her body. That was like a Superman punch without the punch. What was that?
Thank you, Roman Reigns. Anyway, going through Powerpuff Girls, one of the things she does so well is she will just stop on the track, wait for everything to take its place, just wait for that exact moment that somebody turns around and then takes the hole and takes it away.
Well, I'll tell you what.
More points here.
Yeah, listen, she threw her body forward and all of a sudden caught her skates up underneath it and said, well, we may as well start rolling. Why not? Points. She's got 10 already and looking for more as she comes back to re-engage the pack. They're going to force her out of play on the back end. And out she goes, hop, skip, and a jump for 4. Nice play in the back of the pack over there. When you take a look, it was number 313, Detroit Funk, on the block on Chloe to force her back out of play and recycle. Chloe now having a good opportunity. She's out and clear. Nice job there to squeeze through. My apologies.
She's still on her initial scoring pass. Powerpuff Girls is just going to take her time, call out the jam as we head to the final minute of half number 1. The ladies from the south on the East Coast side, the Lowcountry Highrollers, 185, CenTex 37, as we have a timeout called on the track. It gives us the opportunity to talk about cheese balls. No, they aren't things that you have for a snack. They're bearings that are hand-prepared by skaters for skaters. If you're here at Beach Brawl, you get 20% off all weekend. Or check them out if you're watching on WFTDA.tv at cheeseballs.com. And then one of our fellow announcers is the Derby Vixen. Your skates were expensive. They're valuable to you. Why not protect them with the Derby Vixen toe guards? She makes every toe guard by hand with a care and precision you won't find anywhere else. Visit derbyvixen.etsy.com. You can also visit them on Facebook and Twitter. Standard designs always available. Customs by request. Made by a skater for skaters, Derby Vixen. And greenmonster.com. But if you put all that in there, you'll probably get something about the Boston Red Sox. So you're going to want to spell it this way. GRNMSTR.com. Roller sports, boots, laces, equipment bags, everything you need from greenmonster.com. And when you have to recover from a tough derby bout, of course you want to go to Nesquik. Nesquik proudly supports a healthy lifestyle, and that, of course, includes physical activity. Whether you can hardly roller skate, that would be me, or you're a roller derby champ, it's important to refuel your body post-workout, or your post-body workout, in my case. Recover right with a Nesquik. Nesquik contains 8 grams of protein, electrolytes, calcium, vitamins A and D, and absolutely no high fructose corn syrup. Not to mention, it tastes delicious. Come check out the Nesquik Oasis and get your free sample at Beach Brawl 2015 NESTLES. Nestle's makes the very best.
So rich, so quick, you can't drink it slow.
Chocolate.
I'm telling you. You know, I wish you were here last year. I really do, because you just said something very important when you were mentioning cheeseballs.com. You mentioned that they are not a snack you pop in your mouth. Had I known that last year, that would have saved me some amazing dental work bills. Because let me tell you something, I grabbed a handful and just started munching away, and the next thing you know, I got broken chiclets all over my face.
Oh, Lordy.
Craziness.
Hey, it's good that the dental surgery took. Anyway, let's talk about Nina, who can also help you with good, healthy things for your skincare line, but we'll tell you more about her after we get the official review. While Pasta gets the deets on that, sugarandnotes.com, certified vegan, cruelty-free, and eco-friendly skincare line, formulated with the best and purest plant-based oils, organic certified shea and cocoa butters, and completely all-natural skin-loving ingredients. Check them out right here at Beach Brawl or at sugarandnotes.com.
So real quickly on that review, CenTex was questioning some what they believed were late hits. The referees gathered together. They said, no, that's positional blocking. There were no late hits. CenTex loses that review.
But one of those things that it does is it puts it in the mind of the officials, and they will always be watching out for that. So they may have lost the review, but they may have gained some strategy in there.
Well, we'll see what happens. We'll see if that helps them out. In the meantime, here's what we've got. A lead jammer in Erin Encarino. Mad D is in front of her, but that's not going to last very long. We'll get that jam called off. No points on the board that time around, so quick reset. 189-37, a 4-point pass originally for the Lowcountry Highrollers on the scoring pass by Erin Encarino. And one would expect, if only we wait long enough, that we will eventually, potentially, possibly, maybe now hear that whistle signifying the half. That is your half, and nobody seemed to see it. I didn't want to give it away, but that's where we are. We are at the half. Currently, the Lowcountry Highrollers in control of this one, 189-37 over the CenTex Roller Girls, HOT All-Stars. What you expected?
About what I expected. We said Powerpuff Girls was going to play a key role, and she has, and always Erin Encarino doing quite well. Z had some great success early along with Lizzie Misfit, but it's those penalties that may come back to haunt CenTex in half number 2.
Well, we will go down trackside here during the halftime festivities, and we will collect all of the penalty wrangling information you could possibly want. We'll give you a quick update on those penalties and those skaters who are in penalty situations that may potentially affect the second half. We'll be back with that in 14 minutes.
And you're listening to the one announced team that's never at a loss for words. Pass the mic and Cecil B. Puff Daddy on Beach Brawl 2015.
Dude, I think we should just travel the world together and just go.
Oh, that could be a big thing to watch in half number 2. We're not even close to being done, because right after we're done here, you get to see the Charlottesville Derby Dames take on that team from Sweden, from Malmo. They are the Crime City Rollers. Their defense is something amazing to see.
And I think they may be in the room right now. I think I just heard squealing of a Swedish variety. I'm not really sure. I'm excited. I'm going to stay right here at this table. I'm going to go ahead and produce the next game. I'm excited to watch Crime City roll. I've not had the opportunity, and this is going to be fun for me personally. So stick around with us right here at WFTDA.tv, or for those of you in the room, don't move.
As we begin Half number 2, this first jam brought to you by Adam Wheels. Boom Wheels, try before you buy here at Beach Brawl. The Juke alloy wheels and Swiss bearings are $54 off. Heat molded boots and mounting service right here from AdamWheels.com as we get underway. Powerpuff Girls against Z. It's the marquee matchup, and oh, the speed of Powerpuff Girls. Oh, my.
Z was locked in battle in the front with a 3-wall there, knocking her to pieces, and Powerpuff Girls had 4, then 3, then 2, now 1, and she is gone. Looking for a hole, another opportunity. She gets another 4 points, puts them on the board, and calls that jam off. Nicely done. Well played.
Two teams with somewhat similar styles. That's what's so much fun to watch. And it's really been fun to watch throughout this Beach Brawl 2015, the different styles of the different teams from the different parts of the country and the different parts of the world.
Let me tell you, she ditched that pack almost as quickly as my friend Sarcastro ditched the salad bowl helmet 3 years ago. He has no idea. Tell him what I just said. It's okay. Off to the races. We got more roller derby in the house because we can. That's why. Don't worry about a thing.
It would be 777 Erin N. Carino, all by her lonesome out there on the jam because Aphrodite Superstar and her blocking companion 22 Catalyst were holding up big time the efforts of 06 Annie Oops. We've got another penalty called up against CenTex against 24 Metal Case. She will take a seat. The jam is called off after 4 points by the Lowcountry Highrollers, courtesy of 777 Erin N. Carino.
I'm telling you, man, fast and furious, right back where we began. 197.37, 28 and change to go. We'll get this one started with Fort Knox towing the line for the Lowcountry Highrollers. She'll be joined at the stripe by Chloe. Watch this one. We're going to go quick.
Chloe trying to take the outside line, going to the inside line now. She finds an opening, and she is your lead jammer. She's got plenty of company in Lex McCuster, but McCluster has to come on back. And Chloe now having to do a little bit of sprinting as the pack moves around into turn number 2. Fort Knox out on her first scoring pass as well. And there is a calling off of the jam as the loud noises coming from the CenTex bench maybe meant that she wasn't going to get too many points on that, but she got 2, and that's enough for that jam.
You know, and you watch as they come out of the halftime to kind of see, well, what adjustments have they made so we can kind of talk about them here. Tough to say this early in the second half, but I do like what I'm seeing from CenTex. A little bit more, maybe, offensive blocking, maybe a little bit more aggressive on that frame. We'll see if that's exactly what I'm seeing or not. A little tough to tell early on. But right now, back to roller derby action on the floor as Nikki Drew Blood with one to beat goes chest to chest and bump for bump with Lizzie Misfit. Finally squirts through a hole, but she's going to get through about a half lap ahead of her trailer, and that's going to be Z giving chase. She's out, she's through, she hits it, quits it, calls off the jam. Put the 4 points on the board.
And with a little stylish calling off of the jam, Nikki Drew Blood very efficient in picking up those 4 points, sending the High Rollers of the Lowcountry over the double century mark 201 to 39. As lining up next for CenTex would be Annie Oops going up against the future PhD holder, the one, the only Powerpuff Girls. 2 and 1 in black. If you're just joining us, it's Lowcountry in the black, CenTex in the red.
4-on-3 opportunity. We have a high block penalty coming. That's going to go against Lowcountry. Lex McCusker going to take the penalty on that one. She'll do the long lap around the track before finally hitting the penalty box. In the meantime, a 4, then 3, now 2, and then 1. Off to the races goes Annie Oops, who had that 3-wall at the beginning and really quickly worked against that one. And now we're going to have the exact same thing on the other side. Powerpuff Girls gets through, hits her 4, puts her head on a swivel and says, where is Annie Oops? I got to call this off right about now.
And right about now, we're going to tell you about Women with Pride. Women with Pride, a dedicated Pride Center initiative providing education, outreach, and linkage services and programming for the South Florida LGBT community. You can find out more at pridecenterflorida.org.
Whistles blowing off they go. Both jammers looking for a hole, looking for an opening, and both jammers coming against a stiff amount of competition. Holy cow. We have a forearm penalty coming. That's going to go against number 99. That's Lizzie Misfit. That'll be number 6. We'll keep an eye there. Rolling. Off to the races goes Chloe. She's got an opportunity now. Erin Incarino not having any luck at the front of the pack, trying to find her way through. And a one-on-one opportunity. Lex McCusker doing working hard against Chloe and finally being able to bring her down. So that power jam opportunity is going to come to a close right there.
And earlier we were talking about penalty called against the Lowcountry jammer. And she was literally, as she was called for the penalty, blown up right into the penalty box. I mean, she must have traveled at least 8 to 10 feet. A huge hit. I didn't get the number of the player, but she's wondering what the number of the truck was.
Now, one way or another, she's in the box exactly where she was intended to be, and now we go back to work. Z from the sniper position, about 18 feet behind the line, and breaks on through to the other side. One to beat, and she's got it cleared out. Catalyst tried to lay the hit, could not get there. So now lead jammer status goes the other way. It's CenTex in control. Z with an opportunity, and she's going to play it strong, coming in, calling the shots. She had said earlier, not only the founder and player, but a coach as well. She's going to go ahead and do what she has to and call that jam off. Hadn't realized that Erin Incarino had gotten through and scored 4 on her first pass as well. So 4-4 on that last one before the jam gets called off.
And if Erin Incarino, it sounds like a spy name, very clandestine move as she came out of the penalty box looking for a potential star pass and then puts it right back on her head, gets right on through, and none of the people realized she was the jammer as she came on through. Clandestine operations of the finest order.
Annie Hoops comes to the line. She'll be joined this time around by Fort Knox, who says, let's do a little rubbing. Jammer v. jammer, and then both jammers try for that inside line. Nothing doing. 4-1 Annie Hoops. Fort Knox on the other side. She's gone, man. Gone and in a hurry. Whistles blow. No indication that we can see anyway, but there's going to be another CenTex player coming off the track. That's going to be another penalty and a double up now because number 24 is going to go to the box. Mental case for CenTex. She'll be joined there in the sin bin by Blaze and Asia number 44.
Away from the lead jammer. Amazing play by Detroit Funk and Lex McCusker. Absolutely. If Annie Hoops took one step forward, they were right in front of her again. Lex McCusker called for the penalty, but an amazing bit of blocking by those two.
Yeah, a little micro pack now. Huge opportunity. This thing is empty. Where are all the blockers? They're all gone. Betsy Poop takes a journey to the box. Now a 3-on-1 red advantage. Hard Knocks is going to battle through one, not even see the other, and get some help on the third. Fantastic job by Detroit Funk to lock one up and cause no issues for Fort Knox as she comes through for her scoring pass.
And she's going to enjoy the ghost points that went with it as well. 18 points on the jam for Fort Knox so far. Meanwhile, Annie Oops not giving up on her own as she's scored 4 so far. But now the blocking has engaged. Full team going on and very quickly calling it off as she was falling to the inside. Fort Knox wrapping up a beautiful jam with at least 18 points.
And a whole lot of action right now. It's a little chaotic on the floor. Did you see the blast by Blazin' Asian over here in that second straightaway on Annie Oops to block things up and cause that trouble over here? Big pop. Let me just tell you that. Big pop over here.
And the reason that you need Sisu mouth guards is for big pops just like that.
Tell me about them.
The astonishingly thin, obnoxiously bright, boomerang-shaped Hunka technology revolutionizing mouth guards across the universe by offering more protection and less mouth guard. Their complete line of high-tech Sisu guards are the ultimate athletic mouth shields you once thought were too good to be true, and they're the official mouth guard of Cecil B. Puff Daddy, who needs them after each bout.
More protection from less mouth guard.
It works.
How is that even possible? They would have to be astonishingly thin.
And perhaps even obnoxiously bright.
Well, I mean, if you made them boomerang shaped, perhaps.
It would be a hunk of technology worth checking out at Sisu Mouth Guards.
That was almost fun. Hey, back to more action on the track. We got ourselves a power start. We got ourselves a big opportunity right here for Chloe.
Look at the bridging of the plaque. Magically malicious out there with, I believe that was Detroit Funk. And Morgana actually out there bridging the pack. Your lead jammer is the power jammer. That would be Chloe. Fort Knox now coming out of the box for Lowcountry.
Now, good work on that offensive blocking side. Do Tasmania is going to take a seat. We're going to get a multiplayer block penalty as well coming against. That's going to go against number 85, Morgana. She'll take a seat. More whistles coming. A high block penalty coming now. That's going to go off on CenTex. So number 24 will take a seat. That's mental case. Big bang there. Holy cow. Chloe just wrecked Ringo.
And Ringo looking over to the coach, possibly asking for an official review there.
Yeah, that's one of those unwinnable causes, I'm afraid. I mean, you can ask for it, but man, oh man, are you going to get any relief on that? I mean, whew, brother, I know you want it.
The only question is, they're not going to use their official review here. But that one was memorable for Ringo, but for apparently CenTex, it's more like Pete Wentz. Just saying.
Inside outside move does its magic, and Z finds her way free and clear of the pack. She's out and about and ready for some points, but she's got to make it happen in a hurry because she's got a speed demon coming up behind her. It's Nikki Drewblood chasing.
And that is what you call old school versus new school. 4 quick points by the grandmother Z. Nikki Drewblood, the young speedster, thought she was going to catch up, but didn't quite. 4 points for CenTex, bringing their total to 67.
I would tell you, Nikki Drewblood thought more than that she was going to catch up. I think she felt like she had caught up, like she had gotten some points, and she looked back at Dire Wolf and said, "Where's my number? What's with the fist in the air, brother? How about a point or two?"
Micro pack now as it's 06 Annie Oops going up against Powerpuff Curls, and Annie Oops has the lead jam. But look at the speed going on with Powerpuff Curls as everybody's taking off. It's a little bit of old school speed skating derby here at Beach Brawl 2015.
This pace might be quicker than the Belmont Stakes. I'm not sure. This is the fastest pace we've seen in this game for sure. I think this is the fastest pace I've seen the entire tournament. This is fun. And look at everybody going off.
I love the fact that Annie Oops had the biggest smile on her face when Powerpuff said, "Nope, you were never going to catch him." It's great to see, as tough as the competition is here, Pasta, there's always smiles between teams. They respect each other. They love playing this game, and that's why we love Derby.
No doubt about it, man. Absolutely the best thing in the whole wide world. Number 777, it's Erin N. Carino jamming for the Lowcountry Highrollers. She'll be joined at the stripe by Chloe, forcing her way to the front of the pack. She's got 2 to beat, but man, oh man, where did she come from? Erin N. Carino was out of the box. She was out on the inside line. She was forced out. She had 4 in front of her and somehow or other found her way to the front of the hole. And now check this out. 4 on, 3 on, 2 on, and now none on as the wall finally breaks down for Chloe. But man, oh man, were they battling. Number 22 for the Lowcountry Highrollers, Catalyst, will take a seat. I believe an elbow penalty in the midst of all of that fray.
Erin N. Carino hits the stop sign, calls off the jam, picking up 4 more. So that's 7 points on the jam for Lowcountry, 3 for CenTex, creating the score of 238 to 70, 16:49 to go in half number 2.
Fort Knox going to toe the stripe this time around. Back behind her, way back behind her, Mad D looking for a hole. 3-on-3. Black jerseys in the back, red up front. We'll see how this one plays out. Fort Knox comes up against that 3 wall, gets a little bit of help. The chest out, nothing doing there. Betsy Poop tried to lay the help, and finally they squeeze her on through. Off to the races goes Fort Knox. In the meanwhile, Mad D forced out a play by Detroit Funk and came back in. Thought once about maybe trying to put a hit on Fort Knox as she screamed by. Realized she wasn't going to get there in time and went back to the attack. Still facing a big, strong defense at the front. Detroit Funk recycling back. Gets a little bit of help there. Nicely done. Catalyst reaches out and grabs her by the hips and says, "Don't go out of bounds. We can pull her all the way back here into turn number 2." And that's exactly what they do. Nice job. Good teamwork. Great vision. We're going to have a penalty coming now. That one's going to go against CenTex, and guess what? That's going to go against number 95, April. That is, I believe, number 6 there. Another penalty coming. That's a jammer penalty now on Mad D. So a power opportunity coming up now for Fort Knox as she recycles back through the pack.
Fort Knox, the power jammer, quite literally right here, but the styles of jammers, they complement each other so well for Lowcountry. You've got Fort Knox with the size and the power. You have Aaron and Carino with the finesse, and you got the speed of Powerpuff Girls. What a great opportunity for Coach Kaiser Sofa. Any kind of style he wants, he can put out there at any time, and it's just a joy to see.
And listen, let's not get carried away. I agree with you 1,000,000%. You know that. Dead on. Absolutely agree with you. CenTex has a lot to talk about. You know, when we take a look at the other side of the equation, we got a team here that has battled all the way through. We got a team here that has been physical with a very physical team. They're banging. They're working, they're pushing. The teamwork has been fantastic. They're working on that offensive blocking on the other side of the line. I mean, things are going very, very well there as well. I mean, to be perfectly honest with you, when you take a look at the score, look, I mean, when you looked at it on tape, you knew this one was probably going to go one way. But CenTex has had some very, very strong success putting 70 points on the board. And again, point differential during a tournament like this means something.
And sometimes you wonder if the skaters are listening to you. And Nikki Drew Blood said, "What about me? What about Nikki?" Because she was able to scoot out and get 8 points on that jam, 260 to 70. And I believe one of the people who was in potential penalty trouble may have just fouled out.
Yeah, Lizzie Misfit just picked up number 7, so she's going to be excused from the rest of this one. Powerpuff Girls coming up against Z. Z with an opportunity here to create some damage, cause some havoc, and she's done it all the way through. Powerpuff Girls out first, out front. She's got the lead jammer status. Catalyst is going to cycle through, headed to the penalty box for a couple of seconds of time there. Inside move goes to the outside. 4 points on the board. Powerpuff Girls says, "That's all I need right there. Hit it and quit it. Call it off. Nothing doing on the other side."
One of the things that they're doing here in Beach Brawl 2015 is they actually have a purgatory box, for lack of a better term, where if a player fouls out, they go to a separate box in case there's some sort of official review that would allow the player to come back in. But I'm liking the new, I was about to say new technology, but the new ideas that they have here, and it's great to see it implemented here at a tournament like Beach Brawl.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Always, always, always innovating. Gotta love that. Hey, by the way, at the end of that play, number 24, mental case for CenTex. Roller Girl sent to the penalty box on an elbowing call, so she'll sit. A little bit of a discussion going on in the middle, and that could be because, we'll take a quick peek, but that could be because mental case has found her way to you're excused by the purgatory box you were just mentioning. In fact, that might be another foul out right there.
And here we go with our 5-second warning coming up in just a moment, as it will be 7-7-7 Aaron and Carino against 4-1-1 Chloe. Chloe, a transfer from Florida, has really helped out in the CenTex lineup. Aaron and Carino, a recent transfer into the Lowcountry lineup. So let's see what the future faces might look like, and it's Aaron and Carino coming through as your lead jammer, nice and low in a stealth mode.
So quick update on mental case. She had 3 penalties at the half, picked up 4 quick ones. I mean, relatively quick when you take a look. We're, at the halfway mark, basically, 18 minutes in. So 18 minutes in, another 4 to escort her from this one. So, again, maybe because of some of that more aggressive offensive blocking, that could be forcing some of the issues. We'll keep an eye on it all the way through. But, again, CenTex with 2 foul outs already. The first one going on Chloe, the second on, no, I take that back. I lied. That was the first one was on Lizzie Misfit. My apologies. And then the second one now going on Chloe. There we go. We'll get it right.
The Blazing Asian against Mad D, your jammer matchup for Jam 17 of the second half. As we remind you, it's Lowcountry in black and CenTex in red.
So we're going to reset this one more time because I'm still wrong. The first foul out was Lizzie Misfit. The second was mental case. That's where it was. That's who. That's where. So there you go. Nicely done. Thanks.
As we resume play, or at least our description of it, 4 points high in the air for the Blazing Asian, as she'll be coming around 95 for CenTex. April will be sent to the sin bin, as will number 70. That's guilty. 22 Catalyst is continuing the parade, and Do Tasmania enjoys a parade as well, as the pivot will take a seat.
Nice big hit there coming from Taco. Great job there. We're going to have a penalty coming. That's going to be a 4-arm penalty going against Blazing Asian. She'll take a seat. That'll be a power jam opportunity now going the other way for Mad D. And I believe we're going to get, yeah, we did. We just got another foul out. That final penalty coming on April earlier. Number 95 went out a few minutes ago, and that's going to be a foul out there.
Meanwhile, what a great opportunity for Mad D. Only 2 blockers out there getting by Catalyst. She says, I love that. I love getting the cheering, love getting the points. She's got 14 points on this jam so far.
Well, and like the way she came through, she celebrated for a half a second. Nice job staying on the skate. One to beat his Catalyst. Great job to grab all 5. As she came through on that scoring pass, pumped the fist, said, yes, I did, and then stayed low in low derby position, kept the crossover going, and came right back around to grab another 5 spot.
Into the final seconds of the jam, she's knocked to the inside. And as time runs out on the jam, what a performance by 42 Mad D, 19 CenTex points.
Fantastic job. And again, they're going to go ahead and take a quick look, but there's nothing coming that's going to change that one. We've had our 3rd foul out of the game. They're all 3 on CenTex. So again, after Lizzie Misfit mental case, now April is going to be excused from participation. They're going to be down. They were already down a skater. They started rostered only 13 for this one versus 14 for Lowcountry. So down a skater already to begin with, and now down 3 more.
Time now to tell you about Juice Plus. Bridge the gap between what you are eating and what you should be eating. Have more energy, feel better, get sick less often. Come to the Juice Plus booth and learn how you can get some free Juice Plus, and learn how you can get it free for your children for 4 years. Juice Plus in the vendor village.
I take some offense at the fact that you think that I'm not eating what I should be eating.
Luckily, we aren't on camera today. I'll just say that.
I need more Juice Plus. That's all I'm telling you. No question about it.
So let's talk a little bit about Z.
Shall we?
I mean, she's such an amazing player to watch. The first time I met her was back at the Stars and Stripes Invitational back in Dallas early last year. And you see this little league that could, CenTex Roller Girls, hosting a tournament up in Dallas, Texas, and they bring in who else? The U.S. national team for a Stars and Stripes scrimmage in Dallas. The first time we had an opportunity to see that amazing team that would go on and play in the World Cup. And one of the players on that team is the one and only Baller Shot Caller, and she originally came Baller Shot Caller.
I'm vaguely familiar. Tell me more.
Yeah. Well, she was with the Gold Coast Derby girls here last year and played very well for them, led them to a Clover Cup championship in Dallas. Apparently, Baller Shot Caller liking Dallas a little bit. Can't blame her for that, because as Team USA came in, Baller may not have been on the starting team, but you know she's one of those players to watch. She's moved on to the Atlanta Roller Girls, playing up in that D1, loving every minute of it. And the reason that it comes all the way back around is her mom, Mama Baller, Ms. Linda Harrison, has helped put this tournament together 2 straight years, and you can't thank Mama Baller enough for all the hard work she's done to bring us all here for this great weekend.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I'll tell you something. When you go back to last year's tournament, Baller Shot Caller was a standout. I mean, it was just fun to watch. I'll tell you, that was fun to call. It was fun to watch. And then, when Team USA came in here and played against the World All-Stars from this tournament last year, it was a thing of beauty. And just a thing of legend to absolutely just to watch some of the best roller derby in the world right here with Team USA taking on all-stars from around the world. It was just something absolutely spectacular, and Baller was there for the whole thing.
And Pastor, just think about what has happened in the last year of derby. You could start it back with the Clover Cups and the Stars and Stripes Invitationals and the Beach Brawls. And then you go through the WFTDA championships with that epic final. And then you go to the World Cup and all the great competition, bringing us right back here to Beach Brawl. One of the things that the folks at the Dallas Derby Devils, one of my old home leagues, have done is they put out hashtag, "This is why I love Derby." This is why I love Derby. And it's... how can you not fall in love with this great sport that we've all just become rather smitten about?
What's really interesting is I want to check that Twitter feed for the hashtag, "This is why we love roller derby."
Why I love Derby.
Why I love Derby. Sorry. We're going to be, oh, wait a second. Look at this. What did I say? I said, yeah, that was not getting overturned. You can official review that one all you want to. You're not going to get anything out of that one. And look what just happened. We may have just had an official review go the other way. It looks as though April has rejoined her teammates on the bench, so we may have a reversal on that one. That's exactly what it was. So there was a question about a clockwise block. That clockwise block would have gone against April. It has been overturned. It was not a clockwise block. Therefore, April is allowed to rejoin the team and goes back to the bench with 6 penalties. Another opportunity.
And we'll resume play here now after the official review. I think everybody's got their paperwork in order. Thank you, Sergeant Major, and our other alternate for coming up and giving us the info, the 411, as it were. And, of course, at the line, 411, Chloe for CenTex will be going up against Nikki Drewblood as we are back 2-on-2. The blockers, this is going to be fast and furious, and Nikki Drewblood makes it just that fast as she becomes your lead jammer.
That was 0.5 seconds. That was whistle, step, gone. I mean, it was that quick. Bang, bang, out. And speaking of bang, bang, out, JoJo Jit just said, "You're out of here." Bang, bang, they came together, they collided, and there's going to be a penalty called that's going to go against Nikki Drewblood. She's going to take a seat, coming in hot. She's going to be chased around. Oh, look at this. Z is going to follow her to the bench, to the penalty box, I should say. They're going to both be down for a couple of seconds here, and now Detroit Funk, haven't called her number for penalties a whole lot this morning, but she's out there as well. So now that micro pack is just about as micro as it was before, at least for the Lowcountry Highrollers, who are down to Two Tasmania and Catalyst are the only ones out there.
The pack went about as far as it could go. Now Do Tasmania will get the help of Betsy Poop, joining now a 3 block. And Chloe rams right into him, and a lot of hard knocking by Do Tasmania. And that was a little bit too much with the forearm. She'll get sent to the sin bin.
Yeah, nice job there by Taco, Vicious Cycle, and JoJo Jit holding things together, forcing that ball. That was just a nice job on the offensive blocking side as well. And now 4 more points on the board. She's going to give it another shot. She's got another opportunity. Chloe cycling around. Nikki Drewblood looking for her opportunity if she can get there. But this one is going to have another back block penalty called. Lots of penalties coming in this one, and that's going to be another CenTex penalty, this time coming against number 202, that's JoJo Jit, who had done such a great job on that block right here directly in front of us just a moment ago, Cecil B.
Chloe will have a look of exhaustion as she comes off the track. She put everything she could into that full 2 minutes of jam, and you could tell the pain that was going on, but she wasn't going to let it stop her. 10 points getting CenTex so close to the century mark, 283-99.
Can I just tell you, I love me some Nikki Drewblood. I mean, I'm not saying anything. I'm just telling you, when she comes off the track, if the referee tracking her isn't holding up 5 fingers, she's going to complain about it. Wait, what do you mean not 5? What do you mean not 4? What do you mean? There's always an extra point that she's digging for, and she always wants it. Fantastic heart. Gotta love the way she pushes for it every single time.
Well, Pastor, there's always that term called Derby crush. And it's not anything but you fall in love with the way a player plays. And that's simply what so many players in this particular tournament, and I may be getting kind of sentimental, as to use the old SCTV term, a little maudlin, if you will. But we've seen such amazing performances by all these young women, just absolutely inspiring, empowering, and it's fun to watch.
Well, and you know what? On top of the play itself, it's the characters.
Oh, the smiles. Oh, my Lord, you're not kidding.
Just some of the characters and some of the personality that comes out at a tournament like this. And listen, at any game I've ever called, there's somebody that just stands out to you. In this one, this tournament right here, it's been Nikki Drewblood, and that indomitable kind of that will, that spirit that, I thought I had 4. You're only telling me 3. No, give me the extra point. Where's my point at? Every single time. It's actually kind of fun to watch. There have been stories like that throughout. I mean, and you can go back as far as you want to. I mean, you mentioned some major tournaments, but go back, and that's what I think what for me, what I love most about the sport is I can get that exact same experience next week calling it for my hometown Greenville Derby Dames against the Marietta Derby Darlings. Can't wait for that one, and the spirit and the emotion that comes out of it when those two teams come together, just like I did last week.
And you want to talk about emotion. This was the final tournament for the man who has been behind the Gold Coast Derby girls for many years, that Bear Lee Human. First time I saw him was at Clover Cup last year, and you can tell that the skaters just really love playing for him. The final bout for Gold Coast was up against Pirate City's All-Scars, the team that's so tough from New Zealand, and it was one of the closest bouts we've had the entire tournament, and Gold Coast was trying to do it for Bear. And after the bout, Fricarella, who's the captain for Gold Coast, got up, took the microphone, and said, "We wanted you to know we did this for you." They may not have come out on the positive end in the result, but it will be a moment none of them will ever forget. And again, go back to last year's World Cup. England against the United States, and the most beautiful scene that I've ever seen in Derby, Team England dogpiling after that last particular jam. I know we're getting a little romantic here about Derby, but it's such a great sport, and we hope you've enjoyed it all weekend long.
Well, fortunately for us, it's not nearly over yet. This is game number 30. We've got a couple more to go still on this tournament, and we've even got one going on right now in front of us. We are finally back to the action. That was a little bit of an extended time out there, but Dire Wolf pointing the finger and telling you exactly what you need to know, and that is that the lead jammer status has gone over to Powerpuff Girls. Annie Oops gives chase Another penalty being called on April. That should do it there, as that is again it wasn't number 7 before, but it will be this time, I suspect. We'll see how that one turns out, barring any unforeseen official reviews.
And she'll make her way to I think we should dub it, the purgatory box, to stand and wait to see if there's any official reviews that will get her back out there.
It's actually more like a limbo box, if you think about it. She's kind of in limbo, waiting to see, have I really been disqualified or not? I think that from now on, there should be 2 people on either side holding a limbo stick, and if she's allowed back in, she has to limbo under the stick.
Oh, Pasta, you're taking us back to the wheel of penalties.
It's back to
Anyway, Erin and Carino is your lead jammer going up against the Welsh lady, Chloe. Carino coming up to the back of the pack. Both teams working hard. Aphrodite Superstar finally allows Chloe to go, but hello, how are you? Erin and Carino takes the lead, going past Chloe as they both come to the back of the pack. Huge hit by Z, blowing up Erin and Carino. And ZEE might have been TNT at the end of that jam. 5 points.
OMG.
Wow.
WOW. That's a whole lot of initials. Holy cow. Big, huge blast and a big celebration of some kind going on in turn number 1 as 2 Lowcountry players kind of dogpiling each other at the back end of that one. But 291 to 99 is where we sit. We're inside the 5-minute mark here in Fort Lauderdale. Lowcountry Highrollers versus Cen-Tex. Roller girls, lead jammer status goes Fort Knox's way. Lowcountry Highrollers in control. Mad D will give chase, but she's got that 4 spot behind her.
A forearm called on Fort Knox will mean a power jam opportunity for Mad D. The problem is she's got to get in front of the folks in black. Great blocking going on over there, especially by 313 Detroit Funk, who sends her way back to recycle.
Yeah, that was a fantastic job on the defensive blocking side of the thing. Lowcountry Highrollers will do that. They had a whole lot of help up there in the very front of that pack. You had Detroit Funk was 1. You had Ringo back there as well. It keeps on going. 1, then 2, then 3. How many people you want to throw at us? No problem. We'll keep coming. We'll keep recycling. We'll keep banging on you all day long if you let us. Betsy was back there. Betsy Poop was back there. Morgana was back there. All 4 of them doing work. And finally, that one's going to get called outside line, turn number 4. Great job there by Mad D to stay with it the entire way through. Finally getting that one called off. Inside, 3.5 to go by the time we lace them up. And CenTex over the century mark with 103 points on the board.
Blaze in Asian against Chloe. Chloe, one of those smart ones as well, a scientist at Texas A&M University, who drives from College Station all the way into Temple. 2 hours for practice and games. That's the dedication of roller derby, and that's another reason why we love derby.
Big hits and a big scrum in turn number 1. Everybody kind of comes together. Who's going to break out of the pack? Well, let me tell you. Plays an Asian, fast and furious, outside, inside move, finds her way through. Big 3 wall there at the beginning of turn number 3. Would have been a 4, but Do Tasmania is going to take a seat. In the meanwhile, Blaze and Asian takes off and gets through. Catalyst, the last line of defense, that 4-3 to 2-1. Gotta love the way they break down the wall, man. It just keeps coming, and they try and recycle. A nice job there. Inside, outside move from the corner in turn number 4 all the way to the outside line of the jammer stripe to grab those points.
Chloe getting the points. Blaze and Asian calling it off and actually had to look up and went, I'm impressed. 7 points on the jam for Lowcountry, 4 for Cen-Tex to make it 298 to 107 as we hit the latter parts of our game, as it's Powerpuff Curls against Z, the youth of Powerpuff Curls, the experience of Z. I love this matchup.
Oh, you talk about a power jammer. Bang, bang, bang up against Nikki Drewblood. Great work there at the front of the pack. It's a 2-wall with Nikki and Lex McCusker going up against Z. And Z is just banging away and finally makes her way through. She's got lead jammer status. She's also got a sniper. Powerpuff Girls giving chase, and she's going to force the issue. Powerpuff takes her inside, outside, and that jam's going to get called off at the 120 mark. Keep them running.
And an official review being used by Coach Kaiser Sofa.
And how about the resilience of this HOT All-Star team from CenTex? I mean, when you think about it, I mean, they started off one skater down. They brought 13 versus 14 for Lowcountry. Then, late in the game, 3 foul outs to arguably three of their power players. And then knocking it out, coming strong, coming hard, never stopping, fighting all the way through. And correct me if I'm wrong, but do they look stronger in the last 5 minutes?
And they're going up against a couple of skaters who didn't skate in yesterday's game, so they're having to go up against fresher talent as well. I mean, I've always admired CenTex. I called them earlier the little league that could. They have come from Central Texas. You always hear about Dallas. You always hear about Austin, but you don't hear about the Waco Temple area that much unless you're a Baylor fan. Well, they have been the pride of Temple, Texas and CenTex and done quite well, and they've got a lot to be proud of as they head back home to deep in the heart of Texas.
Well, and the Derbyverse is hearing about them today, and they're going to hear about them through this tournament for a long time to come after, because they have just really put on a show here tonight. Again, tough competition, tough lineup for them, tough opportunity, but really making the most of it.
Aaron and Carino against Chloe on this jam. Carino able to break to the outside, and she will be your lead jammer.
Tough assignment. That's what I was trying to say. There we go.
There you go.
They'll come to me eventually.
Carino breaking through. Trips a little bit, but is able to keep her momentum going for 5 in the sky. That's a grand slam for Aaron and Carino. That puts Lowcountry over the triple century mark, 303 to 108.
Yeah, hop, skip, and a jump, and tried to stop hard to avoid contact, and then just kind of hopped over the extended leg of a CenTex player to avoid contact and went down but got back up quickly. No way she's going to do it unobstructed. Aaron and Carino is out there, but Chloe joins her now. She's got an opportunity, and she's going to force the issue very, very quickly now. Pack speed picks up just a little bit as the time keeps ticking away. We'll see how this one ends up, but a nice opportunity here. Chloe back to the back and able to squeeze in. She's got a 1, maybe a 2. We'll see how many she can pull out of this one. In the meanwhile, Aaron and Carino squeezing through quickly, hits it, quits it, falling down, pirouetting. Both jammers come together at the bottom of the pack there. I'll take that back. Thought for sure she had gotten caught up with the opposing jammer, but Chloe able to squeeze free. We should have what we believe is a final here. That's the unofficial stoppage. Everybody's left the track. 3:12 to 1:10 is the unofficial final. We'll be back with anything that changes. But man, oh man, how about that?
One special note for Lowcountry, as it turns out that the last jam just went a little bit too long, because I know Kaiser Sofa wanted to do something special for 3 of his players. 3 players just played their last Lowcountry high roller game. That's Lex McCusker, who's going on to real life, so to speak. Majorly Malicious is going to be transferring to Carolina due to a move. And also Powerpuff Girls. We talked about her. She's going to go get her PhD, and she's going to be the person that Albie Dam and Kenny Sirens will be talking about down with Tampa. So best of luck to them. Let's hear it inside the arena for the Lowcountry High Rollers.
Don't forget, for those of you watching from home on WFTDA.tv, you can flick on over to track number 1, where Fort Myers and Red Stick are in action now. Coming up here at 6 o'clock on this track, Charlottesville Derby Dames versus the Crime City Rollers. And what do you say if you're here in the building or if you're at home listening from there? How about a nice big round of applause for the HOT All-Stars of the CenTex Roller Girls. Great job here tonight.
Pastor Mike, it has been my absolute pleasure getting to call bouts with you. It has been a wonderful beach brawl. Thank you so much. Thanks for putting up with all our talk, but the fact is, we love this game, and that's why we tend to talk about it so much. So, for Pastor Mike, I am Cecil B. Puff Daddy. Your final score from the Broward County Convention Center in Fort Lauderdale, Florida at Beach Brawl 2015. Lowcountry 312, CenTex 110. You're watching Beach Brawl 2015.